This man here has clearly fallen victim to his own destructive sleeping habits.
It hurts so bad. I think I broke my neck.
Such accidents are nothing rare, and believe it or not, the consequences could have been far more devastating.
You pushed me!
This man has clearly lost it from the shock.
Why would you do something like that?
Okay, let's go.
What?
I'm an expert at the dangers of sleep deprivation, and I'm researching several cases where it can be lethal not having enough sleep. Take driving for an example, a place where awareness and reaction rates are essential. Sleep deprivation worsens these. What you end up with is a drunk driver on the worst to fall asleep. The NHTSA estimates that over 100,000 accidents each year in America occur due to lack of sleep. If that's not enough, sleep is a major cause of what people call road rage, and sometimes bad things happen when people are angry. Anyway, memory, another victim of a vicious sleep deprivation. Now I know you may be thinking that there's nothing dangerous with a poor memory. Well, you thought wrong. Imagine the scenario of a mother with a baby rattle in her right hand and her keys in her left. She walks to her car in the morning after a bad night's sleep. Before entering the car, she drops the keys, puts the radar on the top of the car, picks up the keys, forgets all about the baby, and goes into the car. She closes the door. Well, I don't want to tell the rest, but I'm pretty much sure you can guess what's going to happen. Now, lack of sleep doesn't affect all kinds of memory though. It's more like the memory for people's faces and where you put your baby or that you had a baby at all. Anyway, we come to the immune system. Maybe the most useful information that I have come across so far. There was an experiment involving some students, and these students were told to only get 4 hours of sleep a night for 6 nights in a row. And after, they were injected with flu vaccine. And the interesting thing is that they only produced half of the antibodies in comparison to what was injected. So, if you're sick, maybe one of the best medicines is sleep. Funny. There was another experiment on lab rats. A couple of scientists thought to themselves, well, why don't we see what happens if we keep some rats awake, like all the time? So it did. What they ended up with was rats losing their hair after 17 to 20 days. In addition, they started burning lots of calories just standing still, and eventually they died of an infection. Yes, if you think that only happens to animals, you're wrong yet again. There has been a case of a guy who was unable to sleep for 10 days in a row, and he ended up just like the rats, dying of an infection. That's all for me, and remember, get enough sleep. Bye.
What you heard now is no joke. Having been deprived of sleep for around 18 hours does affect one's reaction rates to an extent comparable to being legally drunk. So next time you get behind the wheel of the car after a hard night, remember this. You're breaking the law. Our experts have shown especially much interest in this field and have decided to conduct their own set of experiments in order to try and determine how adverse the effects of sleep deprivation really are on one's reaction. Ah, shit, I got something in my shoe.
After a series of experiments, where subjects were kept without sleep for around 24 hours, having had their reaction tested prior to and after the sleep deprivation, the researchers obtained the following results. The subject's reaction rate was impaired significantly, sometimes by as much as 12.6%. Overall, the reaction rates on average have dropped by 5.6%. And although the results differed significantly from subject to subject, the researchers were able to conclude that sleep deprivation does deliver a heavy blow to humans' basic functionality. To be able to prevent these dangers, you must learn to identify them. Our experts were kind enough to provide us with a list of symptoms, as well as advice on how to improve on sleeping habits. Oh god, stop the everything, I got myself. Guten Tag, these are the experts of sleep deprivation. You think we're too fucking cool to appear on the later parts of the show without payment? First, instead we prefer to fly around on magic carpets and watch Bollywood movies.
I asked at least $5 for this. $5.
Anyway, if you ever feel drowsiness or other shit like that, you should perhaps get some more sleep.
Remember, reaction is very important in martial art.
Try to get at least 8 to 9 hours of sleep a day or you end up like Noah.